Hello. Welcome back to Shadowgate, everyone. I hope you're excited to get stuck for hours on end on our quest to something kill the warlock, which is my life.
I have reached my age. This is not as joyous as I'd hoped.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on. This is numbers wrong anyway. Boomst. G-bomb. Thank you for 46 months. Welcome back. Hiya! Thank you. I hope you're having a lovely day today. I hope you all are. Hello, hello. Welcome in. This song is so good. This might be top 10 NES songs that I've heard. I will say most of the top 5 are Solstice. But what can you do about that? Nothing. You can't do anything. Whoa, 10-day streak. They did fix the thing. Remember when it used to only go up to 3 and then it would never ask you again? That's interesting. Wait, there's a doodle? It's been 5 seconds. Hello? I'll look at it in a second. Hold on. Hello, hello. Wow. Yeah, they must have fixed the streak. Which is hilarious because they just fired everyone today. Isn't that great? Technically, it's an Amazon layoff, but... Games and jobs? Haha. Those don't go together. Yeah, bad news this morning. We also had, we're still dealing with insurance. It's been driving me insane, but I won't bore you guys with that. Basically, one human being saying the wrong thing donked up everything we were doing, and we had to be like, no, this was a typo, please. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I really like this song. Hello. Yeah, it's bad news this morning. Anyway, hello. Let's pretend that bad news doesn't exist and that there are only video games. Or maybe there's only this dungeon that we're trapped inside of. Is that better or worse? Anyway, what's the doodle? Let's see. Bravely and stupidly hurling yourself into lava and exploding. That happened yesterday? You don't get to ask me to draw it today? Dick. No, I'll do it. That's a good one. I did do that. I did it twice, in fact. Aw, me, mommy, and poppy. Hello. Where will I do it? Where did I do it? I did it, like, back... No. I did it back here. I can do it under where I wrote down all the 12 stupid names. As a reminder, a quick recap from yesterday. We read a book, we learned the names of the Circle of 12, and one of them was named Buttwick. So, very important information for us all. I don't know what my character looks like. I'm not wearing a helmet, we know that. I am wearing a cloak, though. And I'm wearing a gauntlet on one hand. What else am I wearing? Hold on, we should just go in the game so I can look. And once I'm done doodling this, I'll explain the ridiculous shit that we've been doing in this video game that I'm somehow still not done with. Alright, look. Self. Thou art truly a brave knight. You are wearing the cloak. And, oh, I have glasses on! I put on glasses so I could read a book that was hard to read. And a cloak. Otherwise nude? Yeah, exactly. Very important to remember that part. All right, I've drawn it. It's a two-parter. Are you ready? Wow. Camera transition. All right, get ready. Part 1. Look at, there I am. There I am with my cloak and my glasses and my little gauntlet, and I'm jumping into the lava. Oh no. As you can see, my items are flying away. Good doodle prompt. Anyway, I'm glad I had room down there to draw it. I mean, Death has to be there being like, because basically every other second in this game he's been doing that. Is my stupid torch running low? We're probably gonna have to redo this entire thing soon, by the way. Because I think we're out of torches. We sure are. Okay, so. God, last time. I feel like we did so much. Basically, oh, I know. Ha ha ha. I can show you, via the map. I'm going back to the other screen. Pardon me. All right. So. Last time, oops, I bipped the thing a little bit. Last time we were up here, and then we discovered, see, this was the room with the demon dog, and then this is the dragon that I fought, and this is all this new stuff that we were doing. See, I didn't know quite where to put it, so I was like, okay, well, I guess we went down over here. Anyway, so all new stuff. This is the room we're currently in. Eat map? No! I worked really hard on this fucking map. So yeah, a lot of new stuff. The last thing that I did... by the way, the book on the blue dragon, not helpful. It made no sense. So the last couple things we did were... Oh, by the way, I watched my... Thank you, Ferris, by the way. I watched my VOD. I got stuck for like almost 2 hours because I couldn't figure out how to progress. I 100% did the right thing. I did the right thing! And it didn't register or something? I think I must have been clicking on like the wrong spot. Just like barely. But that's why, in my head, I'd already fucking tried. Basically, there was like a little loop on the ground for tying up experimental creatures. And what you were supposed to do was use and then click on it. I tried to use a lot of stuff on it, but at one point I did say, am I just supposed to use it? I thought, but it didn't do anything. Anyway, I got stuck for almost 2 hours. Lo and behold, you were just supposed to use it because it's like a handle to pull up a secret compartment for a secret bottle of holy water that you're supposed to throw on the hellhound. And there is video proof that I fucking did that. So me feeling insane and being stuck, it's not my fault. Okay, it is my fault because apparently I didn't click very safely, but whatever. So that's the big thing I got stuck on yesterday. The last couple things we did were we went far up and found we threw a star at a blue dragon and it exploded it because everybody's exploding lately. We were able to take this funky red talisman. Don't worry about that. We're gonna try to get as far as we can before I have to restart again. And when I did this, it said the bladed sun is in place. And I want you guys to know, I was sitting here waiting for the ads to finish running before stream. And I was reading, where was it? Oh my god, don't lose it. Oh yeah, I was reading the Motari thing. Here is the whole spell for Motari. The light grows faint, the path winds round. So the light grows faint, the path winds round is the gargoyles that I was supposed to light up. Where life is lost, wisdom is found. The seed of the dream, for the evil is free. Where the sword is hung, he must place the key. So I think I accidentally just put it there because I was going to test all of them and I thought we were going to get 3. But now I'm like, wait a minute. A bridge to from amidst burning death a demon to guard. So that part down there. Anyway, long story short, I put that thing in there. I think I guessed right. I don't know what would happen if you put it in the other ones, but regardless, we didn't do that. And then I tooted the horn and it opened this stupid skull door. So we're going to go in here and see what happens. I need to draw it on my map. The cavern that you have entered is by far the largest your eyes have ever gazed upon. I have to draw it up on my map because I don't have room. There is the wizard's... Is that the wizard from the beginning or is this the douchebag? Oh. Oh dear God. From the depths rises the most powerful creature that has ever existed. Oh God, the behemoth? Oh wow, rip. Your stomach knots up as you stare at this new horror. The beast is indeed incredible. You wonder for a moment how you can defeat such a creature as this. Can I take these torches? Flame burns intensely within this brazier, as if in celebration of the Dark One's victory. Who are you? Although his back is turned, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's the Warlock Lord! What the fuck? Hold on. Alright, we're gonna draw this little room. This fucking music. Okay. Big behemoth. He's very mad. Oh, it seems that his staff is controlling the creature, keeping it at bay. Your jaw drops and you stare in awed silence at the sight of the great titan. Acid drips from his jaws and sizzles on the ledge below. Why is it... Fuck if I know. Hold on, didn't we... Wasn't there something about a behemoth, or am I I'm mixing up the games that I'm playing right now. The Warlock Lord can only be defeated by courage and the Staff of Ages. What if I just use the Staff of Ages? Where is it? Oh my god, do I not have it? Staff. On the wizard? Hey! The Warlock Lord feels your presence and knows that you are the seed that must be destroyed. Flame shoots forth from his staff and engulfs your body. You have failed. Okay. Alright, so you don't just use the staff. Alright. Let's try all of our spells. Nope. Okay, so that's not a spell. His back is turned, but you know it's the Warlock Lord. His staff is controlling the creature, keeping it at bay. Wait, so it's not gonna attack me. So maybe I need to kill the creature first? Sword? Is that what the sword's for? Not the bottle. Sword. The Warlock Lord has once again burned you to bits. Okay. Uh-oh. If the sword doesn't work. But that means these bottles and test tubes were for nothing if this is... Toot. No. Toot? Which bottle did what? Can I throw a bottle? Ooh, no. Courage. Can I just punch him? No. I was like, courage and the staff. What if I walk up to the warlock and... No. He senses me and punches me. Oh, wait. No, but going invisible, I can't. I just tried. I did Hamina. Is the lightning a clue? Can I get him to get electrocuted? Oh boy. Can I click on the staff? The Warlock Lord's staff glows with a mysterious light. Oh, I can. Hold on. Can I simply take the staff? You can't take it. Hold on. Maybe I use my staff on his staff. Shit. Okay, let's try it. Use staff on staff. No. Use staff on this guy? Oh! You pray as you raise the Staff of Ages, that it has the power that the prophets claimed. The staff pulsates with power and a beam of light explodes from it, striking the behemoth! He says, Oh! The creature screams in agony, thrashing back and forth in great pain. In his rage, he grabs the Warlock Lord and descends into the depths forever. You can hear the Warlock Lord's screams fade into silence. Suddenly, it's very quiet. A beautiful light seems to fill the cavern. The morning sun, you say to yourself, it is over. Although exhausted, this isn't a trick? Although exhausted, you lean on the Staff of Ages and begin your long journey home. Oh my god! I do look like something. Word of your historic quest has already reached the farthest parts of the land! You are triumphantly greeted as you enter the gates of the royal city of Stormhaven. Moments later, you're ushered into the royal palace, where you're greeted by the king. I know what thou hast done, brave one. The world would be dark forever without thee. Is there a lady, like, curled up behind him? Oh. Is that it? I pressed the button and nothing happened. Oh! You are bestowed a kingdom to rule in the king's fair daughter's hand. Oh my god, I get a wife and land? Yay! As you leave the throne room, you know that although this quest is over, others await. After all, the bards will need new legends to sing of and new tales to tell. The first story's end. I was that close to the end yesterday? What the hell? I can't believe I was that close to the end. I feel very dumb for... I mean, I was late for something I was going to do because I didn't stop playing on time. But that was pretty bonkers. What? Papa, thank you for 1,000 bits. Thank you. And Shads, thank you for the yay. Thank you so much. Okay, I clicked a button and nothing happened again. So this might be the ending screen. I like that they made both of those guards' faces look different. It's kind of creepy how that lady is like lurking behind him. Also, I have huge shoulder pads. I didn't draw that. Wow, yay! I was so close. I was like 20 minutes. No, I was like 10 minutes away from beating this freaking game. I feel stupid. Oh my god. It's Grandma Wormtongue Getter. Hot dog. I can't believe I beat this. That feels really good. Oh my god, and I didn't have to worry about there being more map. Okay, so the final thing we had to do was use staff on Behemoth. So... Wow! Okay, so hold on. That means you don't have to go find two other gems. And that means you never do anything with the bottles in the cauldron? What? It's just stinky goo that you can eat. That's awful! They did such a good job tricking me with the bottles. I thought for sure I was going to have to mix them at some point and like do experiments on that dog and use them for something. I'm really, really surprised. And I'm ultra surprised that it just like, I mean, I get it was very large. But I only ever had to put one gem in. What the fuck are the other? Is it just to see if you, oh my god. Whatever, I'll ask it when I'm done. Okay, so, yay, I beat the game! I was not expecting to beat the game. So fast. Fast. It was a long game. I think this game was really, really fun. I think the music was really good, and I think the visuals were super fun. I love how often you die. Because all of the deaths are very funny. And when they're not like super comical, they're like very visceral. It's like you were vivisected, you know what I mean? And I think that's very impressive. The length of the game was shocking. Like it was so big. It was so, hold on. Camera. It was so big. This is huge. This is huge. And despite the dog puzzle, I really, really liked that most of it was logical in some way.
Maybe it was the Sphinx. What goes on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, holds the book, and has the number 3 on the side.
Thank you, Fractal. Hi, nerd! Yes, I just beat it. I think that for the most part, I liked these puzzles better than... I don't know what you would call this, like a dungeon crawler puzzler, but I enjoyed this format. Even though it is technically point and click, right? As the, like, mode of game. I feel like this... First of all, was more aesthetically pleasing to me. And second of all, I found that the puzzles, again, because they were more logical, I found them to be more satisfying. Like I mostly got excited when I found something out instead of frustrated, like, oh, come on. As opposed to what the most recent point and clicks we played, which were Maniac Mansion and Sam and Max, I found that a lot of the logic in those wasn't really logic. I would instead call it funny nonsense, where it's silly, and that's what like, oh, you're trying to come up with like the silliest solution, and that will probably be correct. Whereas this was like, okay, here are your tools, here are the rooms you have access to. Can you figure out within the world's logic, not like cartoon logic, but the you know, the way that fantasy works, can you figure it out? And I like that a lot. I think that this was much more my style of puzzle. Again, I did get stuck a decent amount of times, but yeah, I think trying to figure out that I can go into that little crack in the room past the waterfall was difficult. That was my first opportunity to learn, oh, the bottom movement thing isn't always going to tell you the truth. The other thing that I got stuck on was learning that you can open things that in other games you wouldn't necessarily use the verb open for. You would use look or take, but like you open a book, you open a bucket, I guess, to look inside of it. That stuff, once you learned it, helped you with the rest of it. So I think those were the two early big ones that I got stuck on. Open the book. oh, you can go into areas that if you click on the map. Like, you had to know you could click on the map. If you never did that, you wouldn't be able to beat the game. You're saying it was better point and click than those games? I think so. I enjoyed it more. I don't know if I would call it objectively better, if that's such a thing exists. Oh, hey, Duke, thank you. This is the difference with Quest for Glory that you like, especially the first game. You're solving problems, not moon logic puzzles. Yeah. I like solving puzzles, and I enjoy logic puzzles. I don't like silly cartoon moon logic, I guess. I think that is... I get more hung up on, oh, that was so frustrating to solve, instead of like, oh, look at the funny result. Like, I'm not focusing on the result, because what I'm looking for is the, oh, I solved it, da-da-da-da. Like, I'm a Zelda kid, so I was trained on that. Like, that's what I want. The verb thing was messed up here. Opening the bucket was cursed. Opening the bucket was very weird. There were also some things where it's an NES game. It has limited opportunity. I will say, again, I think that the size of this thing is absolutely phenomenal. This is a huge game, and you can tell that the how long to beat 2 to 3 hours estimate is people that just like either have played it before or looked everything up. No one playing this for the first time without looking stuff up would beat it in 2 to 3 hours. Are you crazy? Like, who the fuck? No way. Yes, I did finally find the holy water. That was the whole thing. But, I really enjoyed playing this, and I think that it felt really fast-paced too. Also, I think it's really cool that it didn't just let you explore around forever, and you could absolutely get yourself in situations where you couldn't continue due to the torches. I think that adding that little bit, but then, like, restarting with the knowledge that you have gained, especially if you take notes, is so rewarding because you get to go super fast. You're like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I save these torches. I'm gonna not use any extra actions. That was a really satisfying gameplay loop to me. Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know. I think this is the type of point and click that I want. Even if some of it was like, huh? But the majority wasn't, huh? So. The big difference between logic and moon logic lies in whether or not puns are used as a legitimate basis for providing an answer. Oh my god, is that... Do you think... Maybe that's why I get so mad at other games, because they're like, really? I needed to think of the silly pun you wanted to smush in my face? I will say, I am a little bit frustrated that the potions didn't have any point. Other than the one. Like the floating one did. But to give me different names of potions and then they all just taste like trash. I mean, maybe they do something, but they didn't do something I had to do. Kids playing this when it came out got stuck for ages and had to hope for Nintendo Power hits. I feel like the only thing in this game that was unfair was finding the holy water. I don't think anything up until that point gives you any indication of what you should do there. And I'm not sure, other than the desperation that I was in and just being like, okay, the whole game is leading me to this room, but like nothing implied what I was supposed to do in any way. I think that was the only thing that was like, what the fuck? Like, if I was a kid, I probably never would have been able to get... To be honest, I would have been too afraid to play this game, but I would not have been able to get past that at all. There was no way.
Are we impugning the use of puns? It seems unfair punishment to open that can of worms.
Boo! Boo! Thank you. You basically have to learn to speedrun this game to complete it. Well, you know, I think we had a decent amount of torches. Like, you actually have quite a few when you do it right, quote unquote. But you did get it without looking things up, so you proved it's possible. I mean, it's possible, but it sucked. Like you saw, I was starting to lose it. I guess if I'm streaming this, right? So the context is different than when you're just a kid and you're playing games. For example, when I was a kid and I was playing Pokemon Yellow, and I saw those bushes that everybody knows you need to cut those bushes, right? You get an HM, you learn cut. I didn't know that. I'd never played one before. None of my friends had Pokemon. And so I was talking to my dad and we were like, oh, what could it be? And we were coming up with ideas like maybe you get a fire Pokemon and you eventually burn it down. And I had a dream that I got a Magmar and it burned the bush down and I was able to get into the thing in Pewter City where you see the first bush, right? But like, that's not the case. But it took me a really long time to eventually get to the place where you get that and make that. Oh, that's what it's for. And so I spent a lot of time playing those games and I put them down. Like I'd put it down and I would step away, and I can't really do that with a stream because oh, bye guys, I'm stuck, bye. I'm gonna think about this for a week and come back. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So instead I just kind of mashed my face against it for 2 hours and was miserable. Like maybe I would have thought to do but again, to be fair, I did try it, and it was only because I didn't think it worked that I tried other things. So I don't know. But that's the only thing in the game I think was unfair. I think open should have worked. Actually, I don't know if I tried open on that. Maybe open does work on that. Shit. I was trying to use that with the door, the dog door. Also, to give you a room with a rope and rope spelled backwards and then you can't take or do anything with the rope. Shame, shame! What a wretched thing to do. Every adventure, especially in this generation of like Dungeons and Dragons. How dare you? Rope is the #1 thing you need. Everybody's read Lord of the Rings. Give me my elven rope. Okay, technically that's a movie, but still. Silly that they gave you 5 potions so you only have to use one of them once. I understand that they gave me 2 backups of the floating one in case I messed up going to the snake. But geez, why'd you give me 5 potions and only bottle 2 matters? Though bottle 1 is funny because it does kill you. Getting phone help from Nintendo Power is not gonna help. No, it does! I didn't call Nintendo Power. I called the line for Pokemon Yellow. This made me really somebody on YouTube was a dick and I told that story once. And they were like, they left a comment being like, you know, for someone so, they were like, I thought you would be better than that. And I wanted to be like, I was 10! Fuck you, 10-year-old, for calling the Nintendo Power line. I thought you were better than that. That was 26 years ago. Sorry. Jesus. Fucking YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube in a month. Don't be mad at me, YouTube. This has made me really wish I tried out Shadowgate 64. I had no idea what sort of a game it was, and the box art didn't convey it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, somebody mentioned that there were more Shadowgates while we were playing this, and now I'm very curious about it. Going through the remake at the moment on master difficulty? What? Iron Man mode has no saves? What the heck? Need to get this. I didn't even know there was a remake. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about this. I only knew that this was some type of dungeon crawling game and that I'd probably like it. That's literally all I knew. And it's been on our Halloween list for a while, but I bought it specifically to play for this. Some of these issues seem like they could be things missed by QA or unimplemented. Yeah, I truly think that the actions required to get the holy water seemed incorrect. You think you had more answers at 10 than you do at 47? Yeah, Master, I beat it. My friend always wanted to call Nintendo Power whenever we got stuck. Well, I never wanted to. That's like, actually, I think I've mentioned this before, but before I started streaming, when I'd play games with my husband, what would end up happening is that we would get to like a puzzle or something, and I would be like, oh boy, and I'd get excited to do it. And then all of a sudden I'd look over and he'd be putting his phone down and immediately solving the puzzle. And I'd be like, what the hell? Did you look it up? And he'd be like, yeah. And I was like, ugh! And it was making me mad. And I had always wanted to stream. And he said, you know, you play games in a really unique way. And I was like, do I? And he's like, yeah, when I get stuck, I just look stuff up. And you always just struggle for a really long time and try to figure it out. And, yeah, kind of weird, because, like, I think him saying that to me so many times was like, maybe I should stream, maybe it wouldn't be useless. Because the streams that I used to watch back when it was, you know, Justin TV and, what, Zubu Gaming or something, I only watched, like, people who played games professionally. I'd watch, like, League of Legends. And I was like, who's gonna want to watch some person who's, like, never played many games? I've got, like, 10 that I've beaten. And who's, like, super stubborn and doesn't want to, like, be told what to do. Turns out, decent amount of people. And it's not nonsense or nothing. So, yeah, I don't know. Dozens of us? Yeah. I enjoy using my brain. I think that a game like this, or Zelda, I know I bring up Zelda a lot. Zeldas in particular, especially the mainline ones. I find that as I play more handheld ones, I'm finding that they aren't quite what I'm looking for. I like games that present a puzzle to me and give me the tools and say, all right, mess around with this until you figure it out. Use your brain. I like that a lot. Not Professor Layton or like the quizzes in Yakuza. It's not quite like that. It's more of, you don't really need outside knowledge. You just need to be able to think your way through a situation. I really like that. It makes me... Yeah, Lufia 2. Great example. Lufia 2 or Alundra. Games like that.
I for one love the way you play games. It's a big part of why I keep on watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything you do, Karkalla.
Aw, thank you, Snooky Banshee Ghost. Yeah, so what I... Sorry, we'll get into Floodgates in a second. What I'm saying about the handheld Zeldas. Mainline Zeldas tend to be very, solid in what I'm looking for. The handheld ones tend to be like, okay, do you remember the Zelda that we made recently? Here's a new mechanic that we're adding. And it's got some type of interesting gimmick depending on what either the game's theming or the game's console is. And while that's very creative, it's not really puzzly. It's more of an exploration of a new type of mechanic. And doing that in a creative way. And then the puzzles feel slightly less because it's about exploring that. Yeah, close the DS to solve the puzzle. So fucking good. You want tools you can use in the world to solve problems, tools that are used for puzzles or just utility. Yeah, I like that stuff. Your puzzle games usually have some super complicated spot near the end that gets me stuck. No, I think that's true. I think a lot of the time puzzle games will be like, well, we've got to ramp up, and then it'll get too hard. Play Darksiders? I'm not sure what that is. Only reason I'm playing Master Mode and Iron Man mode is because there's an achievement. Oh, achievement hunting. See, I don't particularly care about those. Oh, I played Seasons. I haven't played Ages yet. I didn't really enjoy it. That's why. But yeah. Looking up even one puzzle from the internet ruins the playthrough experience for me. I feel like when you're playing a game and you cannot solve something and you look it up online and seeing the result makes you go, what the hell? I would have never, like, this is not knowledge in the game. I never would have been able to figure that out. That makes me so angry. There was a game my husband was playing and I don't remember what it was, but he was telling me about it. And it required you to look up outside information and find like a web page, and it pissed him off so much he didn't want to play it anymore. And I was like, yeah, dude, that would piss me off too. Because it's not even, maybe if it was like AR stuff or like kind of meta, ooh, Undertale-y shit, but like that's not what it was. Darksiders is a Zelda-inspired game. Oh, wait! I have heard of that. Because isn't it like Landstalker? No, I'm thinking of Darkstalker. That's why, because they both have dark. Damn it. Back of the box of Metal Gear. Metal Gear is its own special thing. Anything by Kojima is its own special thing, and all the meta stuff is cool as fuck. That does not count. I completely changed. I think that Metal Gear's is genius. The problem is you can't see the genius. You can't see the puzzle until you put more pieces in, and then you're like, oh my god, I see it. I see it. But before that, you're like, what the fuck? And the problem is, I think fans of that series need to understand that when they first start playing it, they were also like, what the hell is going on? I don't get it. And they need to be nicer to people who are getting into it and be like, oh, don't worry. Just keep going. And encourage new people instead of being like, you suck. You don't see Kojima's vision, you bitch. Which is what my YouTube is like. It's part of why I try to seek out nudges rather than solutions. It helps so much for still understanding how one would arrive at a solution, since you need to do 90% of it. Okay, so, you guys heard what I had to say. I think this game is great. I loved it a lot. I had a really good time. And the things that I was frustrated by were very few. We're gonna do a thing called floodgates now. Basically, you're gonna be able to tell me all the stuff that I missed, and I'm gonna ask you questions that I'd like answers to. I'd love to know about different uses for items or funny deaths that I missed. I'd really love to hear about. But please keep it to this game only. I don't want to hear about any other games that are not original Shadowgate. I don't even want to hear about the remake. Please and thank you. Have I ever played Uninvited? No, I have not. My question is there anything you can use the potions on? And is there any way to use the rope? Shadowgate was originally on DOS. Oh. Most games like this for NES are originally on DOS, but I don't have a way to do that. I mean, sometimes I do, but not really. Like, I can't put... We played the original Mist, Riven, on disc, but like that's not always possible for me. Then again, when I was at PRGE, there were a lot of old computers, and I was like, what if I just bought? They were like $50. I could have bought one of those old amazing floppy whatever. People were playing like the original Oregon Trail, and I was very tempted, but we just don't have the budget for it right now. You can use a potion to die. I did do that. The first potion. It was originally Mac, and then DOS was a port. Ah. It was a Sanscarol Shush Tylo. The test tube is literally useless. It's not even a Sphinx answer? Oh yeah, how many Sphinx riddles were there? I got 5 of them, I think. Yes, 5. If you looked at the Epor sign a couple of times, it would have given you a spell to make the rope go up to the upper room. What? I looked at that thing a lot. Do you have to... Wait a minute. Is it in a row? It's probably in a row. So there was another spell. Oh, were there any other spells I missed? Also, can you get the pot of gold? Or do you always get killed? Pressing the start or select button will offer a hint based on the... What? The room you're in? Okay, maybe I should have gotten the manual for this game. Holy shit, really? Twice in one run? I swear I did that. The pot of gold is just a trap. Okay. What other questions did I have? Hold on. Is there a way to kill the Cyclops so that you don't have to use stones? Because I'm assuming that was another limited thing. Oh, what was I doing wrong with the Shadow Wraith that I couldn't light that torch for some reason? Did I have to, like, did I miss a trigger? Something I thought was neat is that the Mac Shadowgate was developed in the US, but the NES port was made in Japan. Wow, that is interesting. That's not typical at all. Knock out with stone, then use the sword. Damn it! I could have stabbed him? Ah! I don't know why I didn't think to try that. Kindness is the name of the sword. Shut! I don't believe you. I mean, maybe you're right. It was the order you were using them in? Really? Not gonna say anything about it, but there was a sequel last year in this style called Beyond Shadowgate. There was also a much older game called Beyond Shadowgate that's completely different. Oh, that's confusing. So, other than drinking one to fly, drinking one to kill myself, the 2 bottles that tasted like tar and the one that's sweet, are they all nothing? Because that's bullshit. I could have jumped at the windows? What? How? Could I have moved, then click on window? Oh, man. Is there a way to deal with the little mutant dog, or does it always just kill you? What else did I want to know? Oh, and I think the lever, the stairs behind the Sphinx up to the telescope room, the things on that stair for the levers was really cool. I wish I had written them down earlier, though. Also, I can't believe in all the things that I tried that I didn't get it. 2 other NES games in this style, but they're different. Uninvited and Deja Vu. That's exciting. Hold on. Let me add those to my, wish list. While they're on the screen. Uninvited is on my wish list, son of a bitch. One of you probably recommended it a billion years ago. What was the other one? Deja Vu. Is Deja Vu on the list? It is not. Alright, for NES. Deja Vu. For NES. I see it. It's got a detective on it, and he's holding a picture of himself. Wish list. Oh, it's only like 15 bucks? Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. Dude, have you guys heard? Apparently NES prices are like going down. Because people are pissed off that they can't like collect all of them. Because there's all the super duper rare stuff is weird. And so now people are like, what if we went after like GameCube and Wii? And I'm like, okay, if it makes the shit I want cheaper. Alright, I have wishlisted it, I have added it to my list. Hopefully I can find a copy of them. Exciting. Tappa Tappa, my bad. Sorry. Maybe you like it. Mutant Dog is nothing? The Mutant Dog is fucking nothing? That's so frustrating. Tomato Princess in Salad Kingdom is in this style too? That sounds like a DS game name. Wait. Eh? Oh my god, the art's so cute. It's like that Earthbound claymation cover art. Home computer and NES. What the heck? I've never heard of this either. This is so cute. Let me add this to the list too. But that definitely sounds like a DS game. Tomato Princess and Salad Kingdom. Let's see. Now that I have a dedicated wish list— oh, it's so expensive! Now that I have a dedicated wish list page, this has been pretty convenient for when we talk about this stuff. I can just throw it right in. Uninvited could be an October game? That's exciting. Oh, dude, we're like running out of October games. Nightshade? Oh my god, there's so many! Is Nightshade, NES? Looks like it is. It's another detective on this one. Wish list. Cool. Alright, added. Nightshade's different. The thing is, collectors like really want to have a full collection, right? Like that seems to be a lot of their goal. And that's not my goal. I want to pick games I want to play. Oh, bird. Sorry. Gonna lose my mind if Octavia costume goal doesn't get met. Put your points in there. March says so. The wishlist is public. Oh, somebody already linked it. Sorry, I'm behind in chat now. I think Deja Vu is the same people, including the NES port. Wow, that's so cool! Game I love that had similar mechanics of Shadowgate for NES was called Tombs and Treasures. This is gonna be like our entire NES list now. Tombs and Treasures. I tried to look it up and it was like, do you mean Landstalker? No. Tombs and Treasures. Wish list. Cool. We need more Castlevanias? We do. Tombs and Treasures is Falcom. Nightshade is also a point-and-click NES game, just presented differently. Cool. Oh, this is so fun! This game was lovely to see. I had no idea people had used the NES like this. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I think that games where you get to explore a little zone, but it's not making you feel stupid because you didn't think of, you know, putting the rabbit on the mammoth to bite its fur is really good. There's a Deja Vu 2 on Game Boy Color, and the card is with 1 and 2 on it. Ah. I mean, that's applicable to everybody else, but not to me, because I'm gonna want to play it on... So the rule, I made it up, so it's not really a rule, but it's my rule, is that I always try to play whatever the first US version that people played was. Unfortunately, when it comes to PC games, that tends to mean it's the NES port, or like the Steam version that's available, or like the DOS whatever. Like sometimes GOG will have it. Because I can't just I can't buy like the 6 floppy disks and put it in my 2016 computer and be like, please work. No, it just doesn't. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. Hey, Austin, we did. Chemco made Sword of Hope 1 and 2 for Game Boy, which are RPGs, but use... Oh, like this game structure. Interesting. Alright, are there any more... Instead of games, are there any more things about this game that you guys want me to know? Yeah, our rules are just kind of loose rules. In that I made them up, and so I can change them when I want. Chemco were the people who did this port, so it seems promising. Ooh. Alright, let me see. I do really... Oh my god, this is so cute! It's like a person holding a glowing sword with a little dragon's face behind it. Wishlist. Game Boy. Normal Game Boy. Thank you guys for all the recommendations. This is wonderful. Wait, why does my Game Boy have a lowercase b? That is incorrect. It drives me nuts. It's like people who spell PlayStation without capitalizing the S in station. I'm like, there's something wrong. No. I'd say this game has such a colorful variety of ways to die, but I'm quite sure you saw that firsthand. Yes, I did. I died a lot. Chemco are still around and have an insane amount of JRPGs they make every year. That's so cool. It's so... It's... Especially with the news that just came out about the Amazon games and the Twitch layoffs, and every layoff that's been happening for the last 3 years. It's nice to hear that a game company, who's been around since, what I assume, the 80s, is still able to continue. Well, let's see. What do we got? We have... Oh no. 2, 1, today and Thursday before Halloween. Halloween, we already know what we're playing. So, I mean, we could play a game in a day and a half, right? I think we're gonna have to make a weird wheel. I know most of you are out of channel points, so I think what I'll do, I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll make a wheel of games that are short. I'm gonna have to double check with Rain super quick though, because I'm not, like, obviously I haven't played any of them, so I'll have to make sure. This one said 2 to 3 hours. No, no, no. Puzzle games will not be included. Yeah, short like this game was. Short like not this game was. Short like this game was not. Anyway, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll set up a new wheel, and then we'll do that. And I will say, if you were only here because you really love Shadowgate, thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to stick around for a different game, we're going to be playing a different game soon. And if you're like, what's this wheel you're talking about? Well, October's strange. And I put a bunch of games on a wheel, and then you guys spin it a million times, and fate decides what we play. Normally, I play retro games that are not Halloween adjacent. The game that we will be starting when November comes, if anyone's forgotten, is Phantasy Star 3 for the Sega Genesis, and I have an extremely fucked up poll to announce when that time comes. And you're all gonna be very mad and happy, and also mad again when you hear it. But let me... if you would like to stick around and keep watching more of my streams, feel free. I'm going to take a quick break, settle this stuff up, so it might be a little bit longer than the 3 minutes. But yeah, let me do all that. I'm going to run some ads. Feel free to go get a drink or a snack. Prepare your channel points. Don't forget, if you have not yet, we have one last community challenge going. If you click on the little channel point button, if you want my cat to be dressed up in a silly costume on Friday. We really, really need your channel points. You can put it up to 2,000 a day. If you're like, oh man, if it doesn't get redeemed, I'll lose my points. No, you get refunded if we don't hit it. So please, please, please put your points in there. And look, March really wants it. So please do it for her. Okay, I will be right back.